Hello, this is AstrAna and I'm going to show you all about astrology. Okay, I would like to make something really clear is that our natal chart will never change. Our natal chart is always only our natal chart because this refers to the singular moment when we were born. So it's a fact. There is no way it will change. Only the way you see it and you interpret it might change. Now, on this episode, we will focus on the water signs. And water is all about sensitivity, creation, and mostly creativity. And that is why I thought it would be a nice experience to show you what kind of art you can do with a natal chart, because yes, that's a very watery thing to do. Water, a substance composed of the chemical elements hydrogen and oxygen and existing in gaseous, liquid and solid states, it is one of the most plentiful and essential of compounds. A tasteless and odorless liquid at room temperature, it has the important ability to dissolve many other substances. Indeed, the versatility of water as a solvent is essential to living organisms. Life is believed to have originated in the aqueous solutions of the world's oceans, and living organisms depend on aqueous solutions such as blood and digestive juices for biological processes. If water has to do with feelings, emotions, fluids, everything that comes within, a way you can develop these waters would be through deep, intense and passionate relationships. Usually people that have a lot of water, they are able to express their emotions, like expressing joy, expressing sadness, really intense. Then again, they do like to protect and listen to other people. And also something that can help you develop your own water are activities like meditating, intuit, create, you can say, because water is very much connected to creativity. We can say creation of painter, of music, even writing can be anything that has to do with creating something that didn't exist before. Okay, so I think this is very basic, but has to do with loving, with affection. So if you would like to develop this, dig into these things of love and affection. With that comes an active, regular and deepened sexuality. And also because water has a tendency of being like shapeshifters, they know how to mold to others, to listen to others, but also to depend on others, be vulnerable and show that to others. The ability to know how to depend on someone is a very watery characteristic. Not everyone is able to do that, and some people do that too much. So it's all about balance. All about balance you must create. And also regarding intimacy and privacy, that is a very watery thing. So everything that is kind of closed on us inside, they're tendency people with a lot of water. They tend to be introverts. Everything is inside them. They have magical world, but everything very inside. They do not show a lot. That would be more fiery to show things. I choose to use this method of Western astrology, in which the signs are 12 and each have a 30 degree sector of the ecliptic. Yet there are various approaches, various symbols, but the symbology is always the same, doesn't matter which system you prefer to use. And as you can see here, the blue line, the outer line of the whole natal chart, is where the signs, all the signs are disposed, but I will now show you the water ones. All the elements have their particularities. For example, you could consider fire and air to be more outwards, and earth and water to be more inwards. Because now we are focusing on water signs, I will tell you the story about Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Different, but yet all watery. Cancer! So, talking about this sign, this cardinal sign of the beginning of summer, we are talking about someone who might say, I'm too cute, I live out of care, and I defend my corner. This is the time of the year where the fruit is born and gains volume. The interior waters come to life. Comes the heat, and you just feel like going to the beach, go for a swim, drink water, go to rivers, basically take off all the more formal clothes, because this is an informality type of energy sign. It likes to be at ease, do things they like, without many rules. They want leisure more. They want leisure and discover more than they want work, basically. It's a sign of protection, creativity, imagination, very affectuous, but also very childish. The primordial waters of the mother, the womb, the belly, the inside baby. There's this side of a spoiled brat, capricious, yet dreamer and a bit impulsive too. They have really accurate instincts, and they rapidly know if they like something or not. There's this immaturity type problem, very childish, and also they are fed up with things way too easily. They live in an unreal world, and they do need care. Also, there's this high sixth sense and this very accurate sensibility. Now, don't be afraid. We're just going to talk about Scorpio. I'm just kidding. Actually, Scorpios refer to the middle of autumn, and they are fixed water. They are also ruled by Mars. That's why there is a bit of a struggle in there. They can relate to sentences like "I hide in the deep and darkness of my desire and control." But they do value the flavor and the exchange, because this refers to the time of the year when the leaves fall and the rain is intense. So you kind of have to value those things, because you're not getting that much outside in order to pick what you need. That's why they protect themselves, they close themselves like really hard so they can defend. They have a quick reaction. It's either they retreat or they attack in order to defend themselves. There's this energy of survival, of defense, of intensity. They're the survivors of the storm, actually. They want to live the passion and intensity of things. They want to undress what does not matter and just focus on the truth. They are a healing sign, intensity. They really want to see what's essential, even if they have to go into conflict. They don't care. They want to see the essential stuff. It's a sign of some vulnerability and complexity. It is strong resistance and can go to the limit of survival. Paradoxically, very passionate and very sensible. They love, they hate, they close too much, and they get depressed. They have this capacity of giving themselves of love, of passion and desire just out of the ordinary. These people really have a huge resistance to problems in life, to death and to crisis. Really, really high resistance. They do retain a lot their feelings. They should learn to let go. And that's why sometimes they are just too sentimental and they get mad about things for too long. And also sometimes they are really, really shy. Some things that are really important for them are sex, relationships, passion, possessivity, and they are quite signs of the extremes. And I never talk about physical characteristics, but in Scorpios, I must say I always notice this penetrative look. It's like they are looking right inside of you. Pisces, I pray for the hope of a miracle. We are talking about the end of the winter, and they are mutable water. The theme religion and salvation of winter is totally related to them. They are sensible. They melt the snow. They melt the ideas. They're extremely dreamful, and extremely lost from times. It's like they live in an island. They have these isolation questions, solitude. These themes are inherent to Pisces. This theme of abandonment or feeling abandonment or afraid to abandon others. I don't know. It's a very Pisces thing. The ocean is infinite. There are no limits for them. They are specialists in love, in delivery. The problem is that they love so unconditional that they normally suffer and then they tend to isolate themselves. Isolation again. Okay. Interior, very magical interior worlds, extremely genius with culture, intuition, and they can also be extremely alienated and victims. So kind of depends how you're worked. There's a very disorganized side, sometimes even dirty and lost in relationships, and sometimes existential dilemmas that can result to dependency of others or even toxicodependency, drinks, you name it. So you do have the solitude questions and very deep dependency issues. These are the most spiritual signs. They are profound and exoteric. Thank you so much for enjoying these videos and learning with them. This was the last video of the signs theme. Next, we will pass on to the planets. Hope to see you soon.